Welcome to episode 1 for October. We try to do these twice a month. We're okay at it, I think. Sometimes not, sometimes yes. What is the day today? The 13th, so cutting it close, Brian. But Brian's gonna edit this tonight. So anyway, welcome back. Right in front of us, we have David Gomez's 55, powder coated, engine, transmission, everything in it. We got the cab back from Frank yesterday morning. And since then we have, Olin and I kind of tag team this thing. So the inside of it's completely wired, Restomod air's in, waiting on the bezel for the Dakota digital gauges to show up today. That'll be here. Columns in, painless wiring's in, modern vintage standalone for the engine transmission. All that harness is in, computers mounted, headlight switch, ignition switch. So we know it's got power. It's turned over, filled it up with some Redline oil. Power steering's full. Kyle's going to be here tomorrow morning to program the computer, and after we know we don't have any leaks, we'll fire this thing up, get the front sheet metal back on it. Chef's Tahoe has been here for a little while. We got a QA1 front kit for it, coilover kit, upper and lower control arms. We have AZ Pro Revelator brake kit all the way around, and we have their OBS drop spindles. So it keeps that wheel in there a little bit further. It actually keeps it at the stock track width, whereas a lot of the drop spindles increase your track width a little bit. We have Shane's twin turbo engine. I think we showed you this last time. No, we didn't? Oh, well, let's go over this. So this is Shane's engine for a 66 or 65 C10 build that's now over at Frank's in the bodywork stages. But this has a pair of Nelson mirror image turbos. We have Holley intake manifold. A lot of people, this post of this video on Instagram has actually gone kind of crazy. There's almost 1 million views on it, but this is an air cooler. I don't want to get too technical here, but basically this runs water through it from a separate system, kind of like a supercharger would work. So we have a separate pump, a separate reservoir. We have a heat exchanger behind the grill. So that pumps water through in a pretty high volume. These are -12 fittings, so they're big. So that is what we're using to cool the intake air rather than an intercooler. So rather than having a big massive intercooler in the front, and having these plumbed through it and then into here, we're able to plumb straight from the turbo through the throttle body inside, and then as the air goes through there, it'll cool off, water cooled air heat exchanger as it goes in. So all the turbo setup was built by mostly Hector. Basically all of the stuff bolted onto the engine Hector built. Frank painted it because our open house is coming up next month and we wanted something that looked really cool. We're going to try to debut this truck at LST, is kind of the plan right now. So we have Chris Stillwell's truck, Don Hardy, 550 horse, all ceramic coated a burnt bronze color. We've got ABS electric booster and master cylinder on there, Heart Fab tubs. We're reusing his radiator. So we had to, obviously this is a whole new chassis, so we had to remount the bed, so we remade some of the structure of the bed. And then the way the bed was before and the hinges that it used, it didn't hug the front and back tight, so when it was closed you could tell there was an opening. So we've made it so we changed out the hinges, we used the LS Fab hinges, we used the Dakota digital actuators, and now when it's closed you can't even tell that this bed floor would open, but it does open. So over here it's kind of stacked house. Rob's truck, we can go show you the bed over at Frank's. We got the center of that cut. If you follow us on Instagram you'll see we got it opening and closing. Then it went over to Frank's and it's going to get a color matched like navy blue, the darker blue color bed liner. So that one's running and driving. We did get the dash in. So I don't know if we'll get the interior wrapped up on this before the open house and the get down, but we wanted to at least make it to where it was drivable. So we have Snowden seats, and then we had Dominic wrap the dash for us, and then we got the dash back in. So this is actually original instrument bezel, but we did replace the one on that side and put a new emblem on it. But if anybody knows these square body dashes, they are not the most fun thing to put in, and this thing came out pretty darn good. This is Chris Kratos' chassis. This is for a 59 GMC fleet side. We've got our AccuAir 5-gallon VT tank mounted. I just got the compressors in from Viair. We got 22x12 shot wheels. So I really like these wheels because this cap is held on. So this is actually a cap. It's held on with this This should just be finger tight. Yeah, see this little thing screws off of there and it holds a cap on. And when it's tight, those lines almost disappear and you can't even tell that there's supposed to be anything there holding the wheel on. So pretty trick setup. Love those wheels. Chris supplied us with this engine. It's kind of a Frankenstein-y engine. It's a Gen 3 block. It's been converted to Gen 4. He kind of wanted the old school look, so we've got like old school small block chrome valve covers and chrome air cleaner. Up top, we have Wendell's OBS, which we are 99.9% done with. We're waiting on Budnick to rehoop the front 22 8.5s. So if anybody else has a GSI chassis and you want to know the offsets for the front or backspace for the front, what works perfect, 22 8.5, anywhere between 6 and 6.5 inch backspace. We're doing 6 1/4, right in the middle. And then we have our one of two Sema projects. So you're gonna wanna see this. You want me to go to the other side? You can open the door, we'll make it like dramatic. So I just got this back from interior. It was over at Steve at Elevated Design. He made a one-piece headliner, which is hard to do in these with the roll cage and everything. We also had to make a cover for the wiper motors. And then the really cool thing about this truck is this material is from Hyde's leather. It's hand woven, 100% leather, and it's a basket weave pattern. They use this type of stuff in like the Singer Porsches. So this one they wanted to keep like a classic look to it. So this is actually from Icon, but that closes up. Customer wanted to do like a wood bed look. He saw it on another truck. I actually saw it and I wasn't really stoked with the execution of that one. So we kind of did our spin on it, or I should say Steve put his spin on it. So what I had Steve do is underneath here is actually a box with subwoofers in it. It's a downfire box, so fire's kind of out underneath the back seat. And for as small of a package as it is, it actually sounds really good. But rather than just sticking some wood bed floor on here with the standard wood bed strips, Steve cut these. They're only 1/4 inch thick, so they're real thin pieces of wood, and then it's 1/4 inch round aluminum. But it gives you the look, and obviously we have to stain it, but it kind of gives you the look of a wood bed floor without being so big and atrocious. But I think it came out really cool. We are 2 weeks before Sema. This is going in the precision replacement products booth. So all these weather seals and glass seals and all that stuff, they just came out with all this stuff for the Broncos. So we're the first ones really to get it. We actually tested out the door ones. But we're gonna stain all this stuff, get it all done, go over a couple more things to finish this out. And this one will be off to Sema. And Precision Replacement Products is going to be in Central Hall, Hot Rod Alley. And the other big thing that we're missing here is Brian's dually. Brian's dually is not here, and it's not at Frank's. It's at Interior. So we can't show you that. I got no updates for you on that one, other than we probably won't see that one again until we're leaving for Sema and loading it up on the trailer. We did figure out that it does fit on the trailer, so that's good. So this is Shane's. This is the one that twin turbo is going in. This is also the truck that's supposed to be done in a short few months. They're kind of cruising on bodywork. They've gotten a lot done in a short amount of time. Like the top of the hood, I think is mostly done. The fenders, the doors. I shouldn't say done, but it's all in process. Showing you Rob Lane's bed, and we're talking about it. It's a little tight, but this has our tailgate latch kit in it. We made a panel to extend the bed down. We didn't do anything fancy with it. We have battery charger ports in the gas doors and stuff like that, so we didn't really need to put anything back here. Hinges, moves, now we just need to get a bed line. And the tailgate shuts. All right, so that's a wrap. We're gonna finish where we started with David's. Wiring up the fuel pump. Only went and got fuel. And we're gonna check for leaks up on the lift. And today's the 14th. I don't know if we'll get another video out before Sema. Maybe if Brian's in town, he can come down like right before we leave for Sema in 2 weeks from tomorrow. And we don't have a dually here, and the dually is going to Sema now. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun 2 weeks. So anyway, thanks for following me around the shop again, even though today it's just Olin and I, so nobody else can really tell you what they're doing. And we do have a new employee. We do have a new employee. We'll see if he's here by the next video. He's putting in his notice today. So maybe they'll just shit can him and he can come work here. So anyway, we do have a new employee starting, friend of mine, so I'm kind of excited about it. Go buy a t-shirt or something from the website, because I'm not making any money back here because I'm doing videos and I only have like 4 subscribers and there's only 1 person working today, and we will have 2 new t-shirts at the Git Down and our open house. And RJ's doing like 100 hats for us right now too. So
You've been working too hard, so here's your payment for the day.
this video is sponsored by Bang Energy. No calories, no fat, no added sugar. How the hell does this have any taste to it? It's got vitamin B12. That's good for your brain or something, right? Where's Joe Rogan? This is almost like on it. This is off it. Bang, rainbow unicorn for your viewing pleasure.